Welcome to your weekly energy download. I'm here to help you understand the collective energy that's moving through all of us right now. Think of it like emotional weather that we can all feel. When we name it and understand it, we can work with it instead of against it. We're going to look at what energy we just moved through, what's showing up now as our invitation to grow, and how you can use this information to navigate your week with more flow and less resistance. Let's dive in.
You have the opportunity to either click the link or scan the QR code so that you can grab your chart. You're going to be brought to a screen that looks something like this, where you have the opportunity to enter your name and birth details, place of birth, date of birth, time of birth, as well as where you are located right now and the time and date of that. Now, you can play with this if you want to experiment with future transits, but we're just going to focus on today, right now. Once you enter that information, you will be brought to a screen that looks like this, and it's a combination chart where anything in blue is infinitely you. These are gifts that your soul chose in this lifetime to help you fulfill your purpose, to help you learn all the lessons from this Earth School curriculum and all of its juiciness. Anything in this purplish, pinkish color is temporary energy that you have access to, temporary gifts that you have access to that allow you to borrow some of that energy. Sometimes it will complete a channel for you. Sometimes it will give you access to energy that you really might need in that moment. And sometimes they come with lessons, which we will talk about here shortly. Energy that we just moved out of. We were in 18 in our sun and 17 in our earth. And this last cycle pulled us into the deep mental realm. Discernment and perspective, high importance. Gate 18 helped us to see what was misaligned, calling for gentle correction instead of harsh criticism. Gate 17 brought strong opinions and mental clarity, reminding us that our views are most valuable when they create expansion rather than division. Gate of opinions, gotta love it. And together, they taught us to speak truth with compassion and to let our insights serve healing rather than our ego. The final reflection question that I have for you with this energy is, where can I trade judgment for understanding in myself or in how I see others? Really powerful lessons that we learned with this 17 and 18 energy. Now, where we are and have been for a few days. Gate 48, the gate of depth. Gate 48 is this deep well within the human system. It lives in our spleen and carries this ancient instinct, this intuitive knowing that flows when we finally stop doubting our adequacy. At its shadow, this energy whispers, "You don't know enough yet." At its gift, it becomes this quiet confidence of mastery, reminding us that true depth isn't about having every answer. It's about trusting the wisdom that rises within. Where this might show up in life, feeling a pressure to learn more, study more, get ready before taking action. It might also show up like having an intuitive sense of how to fix or refine things, but fearing that you're unqualified. It might look like offering quiet, steady guidance that surprises people with its clarity. Again, that shadow is inadequacy, believing you lack what it takes and hiding your wisdom. In the gift, it looks like resourcefulness, using what you already know and trusting the depth of your intuition. Some questions to process in the final days of this energy. Where am I holding back because I think I'm not ready or qualified enough? How can I practice trusting what I already know? And what small action could show me that depth grows through experience, not perfection? 21 in our earth. And this is the gate that I was talking about. We probably were feeling 48. Yes. Taylor definitely had me feeling this. She has the 21 in one of her relationship spheres. And this is the gate of control. It's also known as the gate of self regulation in human design. Don't know if you know much about 8-year-olds. I'm really great at that. Gate 21 sits in the wheel center, that powerful, strong wheel center. And it governs this dance between control and trust. It naturally carries leadership energy, this ability to manage resources, set boundaries, and move things forward. But its mastery isn't about dominating others. It's about self mastery, knowing when to hold, when to release, and when to delegate. At its highest, it teaches us that real authority is rooted in calm confidence, not control born of fear. Where this shows up in life might look like feeling the urge to manage situations or people so that things go your way, being placed in positions of responsibility that test your ability to surrender and trust. It might also look like learning that true leadership begins with regulating your own energy first. In the shadow, it's control. It's micromanaging out of fear. It's tightening your grip when things feel uncertain. In the gift, it's authority. It's embodying trustworthy leadership by mastering yourself before managing others. Some reflection questions to help you process this energy. Where am I trying to control outcomes instead of trusting timing? What does healthy authority look like in my relationships or work? And how can I lead from regulation and integrity rather than from tension? What's naturally going to help this transit is trusting your depth. You already have what you need. Leading by example, regulating yourself before guiding others. Acting from a place of sufficiency is also going to help. Using what's available instead of waiting for enough. Listening inwardly and letting your intuition guide your next right step. And surrendering control. Influence through calm presence, not through force. What may trip you up? Overstudying. Using learning to delay action. Micromanaging, so controlling others to soothe any sort of insecurities we might have within, any sort of conflicts, emotions bubbling up we might have within. Doubting your instincts, ignoring those intuitive nudges. Exhaustion might trip you up this week. Over functioning to prove your worth. That 21 lives in the will center. So you may think that you have willpower that is actually coming from the transit, and you don't want to burn yourself out. Defensiveness also might trip you up this week. Resisting feedback or collaboration. This week blends depth and discernment with leadership and trust. Gate 48 reminds you that your well of wisdom never runs dry. It only deepens when you draw from it. Gate 21 asks you to use that wisdom with integrity, to lead, decide, and take action from self-trust rather than fear. Your gentle challenge is to do one thing you feel not ready to do and let it teach you that you are. To practice leadership through self regulation. When you are calm, clarity flows. And to remember that true power doesn't grasp, it grounds. Let this be the week you move from control into this place of confidence, from inadequacy to inner knowing. You are the well. You are the authority. And if you've been second guessing yourself lately, waiting for that perfect moment to trust your next move, this is the moment. And I'm inviting you to book a clarity session with me. You can scan the QR code, you can grab the link from the show notes, and together, let's cut through the noise so that you can move with confidence again and again and again, drawing from that well. Tomorrow, we have Heart Seat Coaching. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow's session. We've got a lot of juicy things to talk about, whether in relationship or with the topic of money. Those are the two specialties that we usually end up talking about in there. So really looking forward to that. And of course, next Tuesday, I want to see you here in this space with me.
Every Tuesday morning, we gather live in Limitless University for what I call our weekly energy alignment. We start by celebrating wins because your victories matter and deserve to be witnessed. Then we dive into the week's collective energy together, and we close in gratitude, setting the foundation for a week of flow and alignment. The transit report you just heard is one piece of our hour-long gathering. And there's something really special about experiencing this energy work in real time with other humans who get it. You can join us at diamonddripconsulting.com, and you can also find that link in the show notes.